Hi Capricorns, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tawanantoinette. Today we're going to do a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I've already shuffled the cards and we are ready to go, so let's jump in. Capricorns. The first card we have is the word wants to be written. Cappies, it's almost like I feel this energy of telling you that you don't need to try. Like you don't even need to try. Whatever you want to create or do or be, it is already in you. It's almost like you're being used as an instrument to create something from the divine. Look at the butterflies in these cards and how like this reminds me of a meditation that I always do. It is called a Pillar of Light meditation, and it's where I try to just clear out my energetic grid and I channel from, okay, going off in a tangent, but it's basically just clearing the grid inside of myself to open myself to be used as a vessel so that I can limit as much of my own inadequacies and human driven needs and desires and feelings to just let spirit use me in whatever way that it needs to. And that's what this reminds me of. If you see like this person is directly channeling from the cosmos, it's coming from above and going straight into their head and then coming out in whatever manifestation that they are like actualizing this thing in. And it doesn't have to be actual like physical spoken word. Maybe it could be something that you are actually doing. Maybe it could be in something that you are performing. But there's just this energy of you don't have to try. It is already who you are. You're being used as an instrument. If anything, your work is just to get out of your own way and to rid yourself of the human aspects of you. And I mean that it's impossible to rid yourself of all human aspects. You can't completely get rid of your ego. You can't completely get rid of human emotions, but you can try as much as possible to be a conscious observer of what is coming up for you as a human being and not letting it get in the way of what wants to be channeled through you. Jumping into the tarot, we have the Judgment card. So we're starting out with a major arcana, and that's the tone of the reading. Judgment, decisions, decision time. Judgment can also talk about second chances. And I feel you, if you are not already in this energy, it's almost like spirit is urging you to make a judgment on what you give to. Maybe you haven't been giving enough to something that wants to come out of you, that spirit wants to use you for. And maybe it's because it may be unconventional. There's so many different reasons, and I can relate to this in my own way, but there's so many different reasons why we wouldn't want to be used as a vessel sometimes, because it gets in our own human desire, gets in the way of what we perceive to be our own human desires and our plan that we have for ourselves. But there's a moment of judgment here, which is a looking at self moment and make exactly what it is, making a judgment call. And this judgment doesn't feel like it has anything to do with anyone else. This feels like a personal judgment that you're facing in June, or you're being encouraged to face. How much you give to something, or how little you've been giving to something that wants to come out of you. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. This to me means revisiting something in the past. And now the Page of Pentacles can represent different things for different ones of you, but this talks about the potential of something. So maybe this was something that had a lot of potential in the past, but it didn't actualize beyond the page state of being. Because we have the page, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So that is, this is when you are an amateur at something. This is when something is like, think about teenagers and how much potential they have, but they have so much growing to do. And maybe you are doing something in the 3D that made you feel like this Page of Pentacles, made you feel like an amateur. And making a judgment call about going back to that thing, because there's something about that specific thing that Spirit wants to use you for. And there's something about that thing that comes naturally to you, the Six of Cups, because it is in you. You are it. You don't have to try, Cappies. All right, we have the Tower and we have the Six of Wands. So this is a very, personally, I even find myself shying away from this energy, because this is, it feels like so much attention. It feels like the spotlight being on you. Like, look at all this commotion from the Tower. Like, people are falling out of the Tower. They're coming to, like, look at you. Maybe that's how you feel. Sometimes I can relate to this in my own way of not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be under the microscope, not wanting to be in the spotlight and having all of that attention on me. And in your own ways, you could relate to this in your own lives. It feels like this could be a realization of your willingness or unwillingness to be in this space where people are observing you, people are congratulating you, people are criticizing you. Do you notice there's only one person on this horse and everybody else is observing? So everybody else around this person has the benefit of an opinion, but there's just one person who can be on this horse. It feels like if you give to something, it puts you in this space. Maybe this is a very uncomfortable space for you to occupy. But I feel like there's almost like this attention that comes with this word that wants to be written, that Spirit is giving to you and saying that you can handle it. You can handle it, Capricorn. So if we do give you this attention, it's because you are capable. Remember, I talked about getting out of your own way as a human being. So knowing and learning more about yourself makes you capable of being this Six of Wands on the horse around these people with all of these things to say, whether good or bad. And most of these people are actually celebrating you. So maybe it's just an inner thing. Maybe it's just a you thing that you need to work on. And that's just your perception of how people see you when you are the only one in this space of being so transparent. Do you know, have you ever heard of the quote, "I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my blank"? That's what this reminds me of. It feels like you are being invited to either expect to be in the spotlight in some way and expect to be observed and critiqued and congratulated, but you can handle whatever is coming with being in this space. Don't let that block you from whatever spirit is trying to use you to channel, use you to actualize. And this may include giving something another shot. Maybe you have done this before and it's going to be a matter of going back to something that you used to do, because the Six of Cups is here talking about nostalgia and things in the past. So it's up to you. It's going to be your decision. Of course, this is a tarot reading and it's just suggestions, but it feels like if you do this thing, Spirit is saying, okay, this and this and this can happen, but are you gonna let like these folks on the ground deter you from, like, you're on the horse, you're in a different lane. Like, yes, you can expect this tower, whatever this tower is, to come. That may be shocking moments, maybe what people say may shock you, maybe things that you hear about yourself may shock you, maybe the amount of recognition that you're receiving will shock you. Whatever it is about this being in and having attention on you feels uncomfortable, and you can expect all of that, but at the end of the day, this is about the word that wants to come out of you. Whatever we would like to use you for, that is the focus. It's not about you being in the spotlight and getting attention and the critiques and the congratulations. It's not about you. It's about the word that we would like to channel through you, the performance that we would like you to give, which is either uplifting humanity or making people feel better or sharing a specific gift that will help your particular community, or whatever this is that you have to say or to do or to share. It's not just about you. The advice here is, in the near future, remain positive and get more information. So if you've already started this process of doing something, like say you're further along this continuum or you're further along this timeline and you've already made the judgment call that you're going to do this, you're going to write the word, you're going to do the thing, you're going to let Spirit use you in whatever way it needs to. I feel like it's like you're being prepared for this massive tower moment where you are put in this position of being in the spotlight and having the attention on you for whatever reason. Maybe it's to just prepare you for this, whether it is comfortable or uncomfortable. But I feel like you should remain positive about whatever it is that wants to come out of you. That's the message. Remain positive in the near future. And get more information from me. It means, it feels like to me you're receiving more information in the future. It kind of correlates to this card. The word wants to be written. It's like, it just feels like it's not about you, Capricorns. Get more information, meaning like you are channeling information to like be given out to others. You are channeling a state of being to share that with others, whatever this means for you. All right, I'm going to jump into the next row. All right, we have now the power of attraction, which talks about manifestations. And oftentimes this card talks about the beginnings of a manifestation. The beginnings of a manifestation, because you just probably walked out of one manifestation and you're walking into something else. You're creating something else. It talks about, and the Empress is here when I look down into the tarot cards, which means the birthing of something. You are in a very fertile space right now. You're in a state of attracting the things that you want. We start with the Three of Wands and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands talks, it's another potential card. So there's so much potential in you, Capricorn. Unlimited potential, untapped potential, lots of potential. All right, so we have you waiting and anticipating something. Could be related to some kind of idea or a new creative approach. And we also have the Temperance and the Strength, and I feel like it's requiring a lot of courage and a lot of patience. Like something that you're manifesting is requiring lots of courage and patience. And maybe this is related to the word that wants to come out of you. Maybe you are sharing something and it's like you're waiting for it. One, it takes a lot of courage for you to even share that thing, but two, you're waiting for a development of that thing to go beyond the page stage, to go to the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands state. And maybe because something is taking longer than you anticipated, you are in this energy of being very fertile and creative. You're creating something with the Empress. You're birthing something new, but you're not satisfied. You're at 4 of Cups. This is... You have 4 cups and you're being like, I don't want this. I don't want this. It's going too slow for me. It takes too much from me. It's taking too much courage already for it to even take this long. I don't want to do this. I feel like that's a blockage to your manifestation, you being in this energy of unsatisfied, because whatever you're attracting is going to take time. It has to go through its phase of infancy to then grow into a more mature manifestation. And the advice lines up perfectly with that, because the advice is wait, and within the next few months. So keep at something. You won't be at this Page of Wands stage forever. Some of you, maybe this is a pregnancy that you're going through and you're having to go through so much to like endure the pregnancy. And because of all the things you have to go through in the pregnancy, it feels like, oh, like, can I just get over this already? Can I just have this, you know, like the difficulty of the moment taking away from the beauty of the process that you are going through, and that creation process from like idea to full-fledged manifestation. The advice is wait within the next few months. Something is growing. Something is maturing. Some of you, this could be related to your children. We have Page and then we have the Empress. So a lot of children cards. Some of you guys, this is about a relationship between like a parent and child. And having to just be faithful to the fact that you are manifest, like this child or this person is not in their full form yet, and being very aware of that and giving grace and giving patience, no matter how difficult that is or how much courage that takes from you and strength that takes from you to be in an energy of having faith in someone. All right, going into the next row, we have Rest and Replenish, which is integral for Capricorns. And sometimes I just want to even make our own channel, like a Capricorn channel, just because the energy is so strong. I feel like Capricorn energy is very strong, but oftentimes very misunderstood. And I see that so many times in how different readers read the Devil card, because as soon as readers see the Devil card, which is the Capricorn card, they always just jump to, oh, toxic connection, toxic relationships. But the Devil card could really mean so much, and Capricorn energy is so vast. People always just say stone cold and just assign these very generic things to it, but it's actually so deep. It is so nuanced. And there's so many things behind just the surface of a Capricorn's demeanor and how they present themselves. Anyway, jumping back into the reading, we have Restore and Replenish, and I think this is an excellent card to come out for you, because a lot of times Capricorns get so lost in the act of doing. We are a cardinal sign after all. We are initiators in the zodiac. We start things. We're great at building. We are great at the hard work that something takes to do. We are great at the commitment. We are great at enduring tough times. But a lot of that, in a lot of that work, we get lost and don't remember how to restore and replenish ourselves. And this restoration and replenishment card doesn't just talk about a physical rest or taking a nap or taking a good night's sleep or taking a vacation. It talks about a deeper need for rest inside of us, like a replenishment of our soul, and figuring out what we need to do to give ourselves that and making that a priority. All right, so this is a rest that you don't just get in a good night's sleep. This is a replenishment on a soul level that we give to ourselves. All right, jumping into the tarot, we have the Queen of Cups, which I think is you, but you're not in your own energy here. We have the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. And to me, this feels like being a bit emotional or taking on the emotions of others. I feel like this talks about going after new relationships, and I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. This could just be platonic. It feels like a heart opening, and maybe you have to restore and replenish yourself before you get to this space of the Ace of Cups, overflowing love, sharing your joy with others, and opening yourself up to others. Right beside that, we have the Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords, which to me feels like you've been on a long journey in some ways. And I'm just channeling how you would feel, Capricorns. Feels like there's so many things that have happened to hurt you, wound you, so many things that you've had to heal from. And because of that, it has impacted you in this way, having walls up, having strong defenses, and just having a need to protect yourself, which probably blocks you from wanting to pursue this Ace of Cups, sharing your joy with other people and having other people share their joy with you, going after new relationships confidently, speaking and addressing your needs in relationships or your desires from people, how you would like to be loved, how you would like to show love. And then backing that up, and I don't know if this could even be you just went through a recent heartbreak that is putting you through this energy as well, having your walls up. But there's something about your heart chakra and having that wounded and closed off and needing to go through a deep soul replenishment to be able to get to this space where you are open again, you are open with others, and you are welcoming and inviting of new connections and new relationships that can stimulate your heart. We have the Justice card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, and this could have been something karmic that you went through, or something that you went through that you felt like was not fair to you. Maybe many things that you went through that you felt like were not fair to you. And as a result, going through this Wheel of Fortune, the wheel spinning and you changing into this person, a very shut down person who doesn't share yourself and doesn't want anyone to share themselves with you. And I mean, this Four of Pentacles, I'm not knocking this energy because this is a card of protection. This is a card of this person is holding on to what they have, which meaning, Capricorn, maybe you felt like you didn't even have much more to give after all of this that you've gone through, after all of the things that you've experienced, changing so much at a soul level that you've turned into this Four of Pentacles, which is often, people call it the miser card. And it doesn't have to just mean miser with your money and your resources. It could just be you are a miser with your time. You are a miser with your energy. You are just shut off and keeping all of these 4 pentacles to yourself, reserving all of your energy to yourself, and that being a massive change that you have gone through, and being honest with yourself that this is really not the energy that you genuinely are. This is the energy that you genuinely are. This Queen of Cups, a person who is in touch with their feelings, is in touch with their empathy, is in touch with their emotions, and wants to share that with others. All right, Capricorns. The advice for this is there's something better and opportunity. What an excellent and amazing way to end a reading. So Capricorns, whatever you have gone through that has put you in this energy of Nine of Swords. So maybe you do feel like you're in the Nine of Swords, but whatever you have gone through that has put you in this energy of having your walls up so high. Whoever you have lost, whatever you have endured, there's something better. There are better opportunities, better friends, better lovers, better partners, better people, better everything, better relationships, whatever these relationships are for you, because everybody's not looking for an intimate partner. Everybody's not looking for new friends. So whatever this Ace of Cups is for you, it just represents your love overflowing, represents feelings and relationships. So whatever kinds of relationships, there are better ones out there. There are opportunities for better out there, and you can get them, Capricorn. But give yourself this time to heal and replenish your soul before you go out there, because you don't want to spill all of this negativity onto others and ruin these brand new relationships that you would like to have into your life before they even get a chance to turn into anything beautiful. So Capricorns, I'm going to leave you here. We're getting into 27 minutes and I don't want to go beyond that. So thank you for watching, and I hope this reading resonated with you. If it does, let me know in the comments. And with that said, I will leave you there. Wow, it feels like my heart is almost like giving me like this sticking feeling coming out to this reading. But anyway, I'm leaving you guys here. Thank you. Goodbye.